I'm Lisa, and I am here in the TABC counseling office with one of our Cfcc counselors, Joey McLaughlin. And Cfcc, if you don't know, is Christ First Counseling Center. It's a counseling center based out of Topeka, and we have an office here at TABC where we have counselors on site 2 days a week, and Joey is one of those. So I invited her here to share with us a little bit about what she's seeing as a result of this pandemic and how people could benefit from counseling. So first of all, Joey, tell us a little bit about the different kind of counseling that CFCC offers.
Yes, so with all of our therapists, we offer individuals, therapy, couples counseling, families. We pretty much cover the spectrum.
Awesome. What can people expect? I know there's always some nervousness along with going to counseling for the first time. Any little thing can become an obstacle if we're afraid to make that phone call. So tell people what they can expect when they call the office to set up an appointment.
Sure. So when they call, they will talk to one of our wonderful administrative ladies, and they will set up just the initial paperwork. They'll be sent some documents to fill out and bring to session for their first intake session. They will gather information, pairing them with a therapist, whether it be location or needs. They'll find the right fit for the client. And then they'll just get everything set up to go. And then when they come in for their first session, they'll bring in that paperwork and then do their intake. And then the therapist will from then decide what the course of treatment will look like initially.
Okay, very good. Why do you think counseling is important? I know it's something that I have greatly benefited from in my life at a couple of different points. And I always explain it as just having additional tools in my tool belt to deal with the stressors of life and the ups and downs and things that life throws at me. So how would you answer that question? Why is it important? Why is it something that everyone could benefit from?
Yeah, I think it doesn't have to be a certain place in your life when you seek treatment. Whether it be difficulties in marriage, a teenager having emotional struggles, kids having, transitions within family systems, whatever it is, I think anyone can benefit from therapy at any point. Therapy was something that I've benefited greatly from, and has been a game changer for me, and I've seen how it's worked in other people's lives. And like I said, you don't have to be at a certain point feeling like I'm at the end of my rope on this and I can't do this anymore. Really, if it's just something that you've been thinking, I need a place to be able to process and talk to somebody and work through some of my issues or whatever that looks like, therapy is an excellent resource for that.
That's great. Well, a couple of weeks ago, we had Tyson Krause on one of these videos, and he talked to us a little bit about the mental health challenges we're all feeling as a result of the pandemic and the stressors that have come along with it. Tell us a little bit about what you've been seeing as you meet with clients.
Yeah, across the board, it's been very difficult. Every age group, I think, has been hit in some way. I've heard and seen a lot of teenagers, especially that have been struggling with suicidal ideations. The financial stressors on families has been huge. The isolation for singles. I think in every which way, I think people have been affected in some way, and it's been very hard.
No one has escaped it for sure. No. Well, some watching may be curious about the cost, and we don't want that to be a prohibitor for anybody who wants to see a counselor and benefit from that. So talk to us a little bit about how that works with CFCC, the pricing structure, all of that.
When they make that initial phone call, that's something that they will talk about over the phone. We do have a sliding scale for those that do not have insurance, because if they do not have insurance, then it's an out-of-pocket fee, and that's something that, depending on income, the rate can be reduced depending on their income.
Great. Let's see. Any final thoughts you would have for us related to counseling? And
yeah, I think if anyone's on the fence about it, go for it. It is an excellent resource. And then if you find that you are not connecting with your therapist, don't be afraid to tell them or reach out to somebody and say, I need to find somebody else. I need someone who's a good fit. Obviously, give it a fair shot, but it's really important to be able to connect with your therapist in the treatment process because you're trusting them with a lot. So if it's not working, definitely let somebody know.
Good. You're not going to hurt anybody's feelings, right?
Not one bit.
All right. Well, in the email that accompanies this video, we are going to provide a list of mental health resources. And if you have any questions or need additional information, you can sure contact our church office. But again, thank you to Joey for being with us today.
Well, thank you for having me.